The search is on for a missing boater. It's been more than 6 days since a Hilo man was seen heading out to sea. Big Island police say that 48-year-old Richard Gomez was last seen on Friday around 10 a.m. before launching from Hilo. Now, investigators believe that he may have been heading for South Point. Gomez is described as being about 6 feet tall and 175 pounds. The U.S. Coast Guard says that he left port with 5 gallons of water and some sandwiches that day. Rescue crews from Hawaii County and the Coast Guard are still searching for Gomez. Well, concern about Gomez's well-being continues to grow as each hour passes. Surviving days at sea in a kayak is something John Stockton knows about firsthand. Hundreds witnessed his remarkable rescue, and KITV4's Andrew Pereira spoke to Stockton today and joins us with more. Andrew?
Yeah, Kenny, for Stockton, the search for Richard Gomez is personal. It brings back a flood of emotions and memories of when he was lost at sea 11 years ago for 5 days. Like Richard Gomez, John Stockton set out to sea on a Friday. Several hours after he began his kayaking adventure along the Kona coast, a storm hit and began blowing him offshore.
I remember how quickly it just went from, a pleasurable time on the water to just, absolute panic.
Unlike Stockton, the Coast Guard says Gomez left on a small rowboat, not a kayak. They believe the 48-year-old Gomez may have been headed toward South Point, about 80 miles from Hilo.
There's a good chance that he's quite far out. In 5 days, it took me 120-some miles out to sea.
It's not known what conditions Gomez is facing, but for Stockton, it was an ordeal that tested every fiber of his body and soul.
And you just realize that you don't have the power the ocean does.
Stockton's kayak capsized at least 20 times in the large rolling swells.
It gets dark and you're worried about, things coming up on you, sharks or what have you, and it is very, very frightening.
Stockton was lucky enough to have a cell phone, which he used for a distress call to his brother before the battery died. The Coast Guard says Gomez had 5 gallons of water and some sandwiches when he left Hilo. Stockton says that water is Gomez's lifeline.
It's just really important to not, use all the water up, but to just take sips as you need it.
But perhaps even more important than water is hope. Even when he thought he might die, Stockton leaned on his Christian faith and the hope he would once again see his family. It's the same message he wants Gomez's relatives to hear. On his 5th day at sea, Stockton was spotted by a Navy plane.
I just would encourage you guys to hang in there, keep praying, every way you know how, and just believe, that things are going to come out the best they can.
The Coast Guard is using its search and rescue planning system to determine wind speeds and currents Gomez may be facing. The Hawaii County Fire Department is also assisting in the search. Although Gomez lives in Hilo, the Coast Guard says his relatives are in Oregon. Kenny, we'll send it back to you.